guys, welcome back to another cook on the channel, and today we're going to be looking at a nice sort of breakfast slash brunch idea, and that is shakshuka. And not only is it a pretty fun word to say, but it's also a nice alternative to the usual sausage, bacon, egg fry-ups we're all used to doing on the barbecue. So this one is a vegetarian option. There's mostly vegetables in there. You could add bacon into the mix if you want, but today we're not going to. We're sticking purely with veg. We're going to top it off with a little bit of feta cheese, so technically not vegan, but vegetarian. So as with any good lunch or brunch, it is quick to prepare. There's not a lot you need to do beforehand, and it is definitely quick to cook as well. Everything goes into one skillet and you just simmer it down, crack your eggs in there, job done. So while you're doing the little bit of prep work involved in this, you can fire up your barbecue and get a cast iron skillet on there to preheat. We're going for a sort of medium to high temperature, around 200°C. So we're going to simmer this off in that cast iron. So set the barbecue up and we can prepare all the veg and stuff for it, and then once we move over to the barbecue, it's just a matter of adding the ingredients one after the other. So let's quickly run through what you're going to need. We have a whole red pepper here. Just going to take the center out. Up the seeds out of the inside, down through. A lot of seeds in this one. And once the peppers are cleaned out, then just go ahead and dice them up. Don't need to be too fussy about it, as long as they're roughly diced, that's fine. Next up then is onion. So these are quite small onions, so I'm using 2. If you have larger onions, then just go for 1. And again, we want to just finely dice those. Okay, and that's all the veg prep you really have to do. The only other things we need to make the basis of the sauce are some spices. So 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, about a ½ teaspoon of ancho chili flakes, and about a teaspoon of ground cumin. Then the liquids in the sauce come from tomatoes. So it's tinned tomatoes. We use about 800 grams. These are just chopped tomatoes. You can use plum tomatoes as well. That's what forms the basis of our sauce. So we'll move over to the barbecue now and we'll start getting everything put together. Skillet's nice and hot here. We're going to get in first with the onions and the peppers. Okay, those onions have had about 4 or 5 minutes. They're really starting to soften up. I've gone in there with about 2 cloves of chopped garlic. And the last thing to add in then are our spices. So I want to toast these off for a few minutes before we go in with the tomatoes. Just add them in top of the peppers and onions. Give it all a mix through. Where things really start to come alive, you can really smell all them spices starting to activate with the heat, and the sort of little bit of moisture that's cooked out of those onions and peppers sort of binds everything together. The last thing to go in with then are the tomatoes. Just gently mix the peppers and onions through it. These really are such simple ingredients, but just the addition of those few spices in there really makes a difference to the sauce. At this stage, go in with a bit of a season, salt and pepper. Okay, what really makes shakshuka special is the fact that we then take eggs and crack them in there and poach the eggs in that tomato sauce. It's what really brings it alive as a breakfast dish. So easiest way to do that is to take a ramekin, crack your eggs into that. That way you can guarantee you don't get any shell in there. You don't want to be fishing that out of the actual sauce itself. And when your sauce is at a simmer, just use the back of your spoon to make a little well. And take your egg and pour it into that well. Now the white will run a little, but it's fine. You want to try and get them in there with the yolks intact. So that's one done. I'll bring you in a bit closer and we'll get the rest of them in. Once again, use the back of your spoon, make a little well that the egg will sit down into, and just pour it inside. So this is my Lodge 10 1/4 inch skillet. You can fit 4, maybe 5 eggs in here comfortably. Today we're going to go with 4. Pop last one in there. Now we want to leave this to simmer. We're going to close the lid down and poach these for a while. They say you want that lid in so they cook evenly on top as well. Once they start to soften up, you can lift them off whenever they're to your liking. So once you close the lid down, let that simmer away for 6 or 7 minutes, just until those eggs are cooked to your liking. Now, I still like them quite soft, so the yolk should still be nice and runny. A little bit of the white still maybe a little bit under, but that's how I like it, because whenever you lift it off it's going to continue cooking, remember that. To finish it off then, we just crumbled over some feta cheese and we put a few little herbs on top, purely for the IG life. And then we have some homemade sort of French crusty bread. Sliced that up, drizzled it with a little bit of oil and toasted it over the coals. And this here is a pretty perfect brunch if you ask me. So let's plate some up. So you want a bowl for this, you make it in underneath one of those eggs, scoop it out into the bowl and then go back in for a little bit more of that sauce. Again, you can simmer the sauce down a little if you want, but from past experience it's better to have it a bit saucy than too dry. Smells amazing. So that's all there is to it. It is such a tasty, easy to make breakfast or brunch idea, which is just packed with flavour. So just grab a spoon, get into your bowl and spoon it onto that bread and dive in. So if you want to give this a try in your own barbecue, recipe is in the description box below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next video.